It's Bozing MMA here. First ever YouTube video. If you're from Shorts, from TikTok, from Instagram, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome as well. We're going to be doing some more long form content on YouTube. And today we got UFC 2026 Wishlist with a new Paramount deal. $7.7 billion coming in. 1.1 every single year. I think the UFC needs to make it known that this deal is worth it for Paramount. So these are some things I think the UFC could do better. Some things are just for me. Some things I think the UFC could do better at. Add some stuff on. So let's get straight into it. I think first off, more 5-rounders. Every single number one contender fight, any fight with title implications should be 5 rounds. Like, you can use featured fights on pay-per-views as 5-rounders. So you have 3. I mean, even co-mains. Co-mains should be 5 rounds always, in my opinion, on pay-per-views, whether it's a title fight, whether it's just a regular contender fight. But adding on that featured fight, if you have 2 title fights on there, or maybe you have 2 top contender fights, you put 2 5-rounders on there that are just contender fights, not titles. I think you do that. Even on the in-person fight nights, do co-mains of 5 rounds. Movsar versus Pico was supposed to be 5 rounds on the Abu Dhabi fight card where it was Whitaker and DeRitter as the main event. That's perfect as well. Do something like that. You could have 2 5-rounders on an in-person fight night if it's stacked up like that. Just recently we had Morales versus Brady. I think this fight should 100% been 5 rounds. Obviously ended in the first, but you never know. People could come out with different game plans. I don't think it would have changed the outcome, but people could come up with different game plans. You obviously have to preserve yourself. You can't go as aggressive. All these different types of things. For example, Carlos Prates, he thrives in 3-rounders. He's able to be aggressive, to go throw whatever he wants at you, and he doesn't have to worry about his gas tank because, you know, he smokes, he parties, he drinks, and in a 5-rounder against Ian Gary, his one singular 5-rounder, obviously it's a huge step up in competition from what he's fought, but it looked like he might have been preserving his gas tank. He wasn't throwing as much. He was kind of shut out the first 3.5, 4 rounds. Found his kill shot in the 5th almost, but almost doesn't get you there. I think it also had to do with Ian Gary. He's just a very good fighter, very talented, very good range management. But you never know. It could have been both. It could have been a little bit of both. And he's rumored to be fighting JDM, which I think that will happen. They both called each other out, accepted it, wanted it to be 5 rounds in Miami. I think whether it's a co-main, a featured fight, it has to be 5 rounds because Carlos Prates wins this, he might be getting a title shot. Next up, we got seasonal press conferences. More of these. They come with amazing moments. You get memes. You get opportunities to announce fights. Like we had that one in early 2024 with O'Malley and Strickland and Duplessis and all those guys. Remember O'Malley was saying like Strickland's dad used to fuck him, whatever. And then recently we had the 323 fight week. We had Gaethje Pimblett, all those guys on 324, and we got an announcement of Charles versus Max. That brought a lot of excitement on an already big fight week. It just brings more to this sport, to the UFC. You get some discussion, you get some discourse in the community, on the phone, at the press conference. You get to ask these guys questions for the first time. I think it's perfect announcing fights like this rather than having Dana White on Instagram Live. One thing I was also thinking about, maybe they could do divisional press conferences. I think that could be hard because all these guys are living all over the place. But imagine you have a welterweight. You have a Shavkat, a Morales, a JDM, a Islam, a Buckley's annoying ass. He would make that fun because he's going to be talking shit to everybody. You have all those guys in the top 10. You have Bilal, you have Usman. That would be amazing in my opinion. It would be hard to do, but you could also have it as an opportunity to announce fights. You could announce Prates versus JDM there. You could announce a Shavkat versus Morales. You could announce a Buckley versus Bilal, whatever it may be. Whoever's getting a title shot against Islam, you could have Islam versus Ian Gary get announced. You could announce 3-4 fights in one sitting if it's divisional. I think they could also do it with lightweight. You have Patty, Ilya, Arman, and then the rest of the guys. Who really cares? But those three guys they have beef with each other. Ilya has both, Patty has both, Arman has both. It's a 3-way pause. But that could be some really fun moments. You could announce new fights as well there. So I think that's something they should think about, just divisional press conferences. Next up, I think we need more Dana White Contender Series. We already get it August to October, so that late summer, fall time. I think they could maybe do it in the spring as well, maybe like a March to a May, because I know in the summertime they do the Ultimate Fighter. I don't know anyone who really watches that, but they could keep that. But I think Dana White Contender Series, you need more of that. It's straight bangers. This year had so many knockouts. It broke the record for knockouts. You're getting finishes after finish because you're incentivized to get a finish. It's like anyone who gets a finish are basically guaranteed a contract unless you have the shittiest performance of all time. And we also get wars. Even if it's a decision, we get wars. There was barely any boring fights. I think only week 1 of this year had like 3 boring fights, 2-3 boring fights. Outside of that, straight bangers. It's amazing. It gets you. It's something throughout the week. leading up to fight night. If there's no fights on the weekend, you get something on a Tuesday. And Tuesday is not really any sports. Maybe you have some basketball. There's no football. And you get this on a Tuesday, it's perfect. You just lay back, relax, 8 to 9, 9:30. It's easy. You don't stay up late. It's perfect in my opinion. You get some great prospects. So you got Tung Baisangur. You get Ryakiaev right here, who had some great debuts. Sergikayev already has 2 wins by finish. Ryakiaev had that nasty combo on Rafael Kakera, the prospect layup guy. So I think they should do this maybe 2 seasons, maybe 2 8-week seasons instead of 10, one 10-week. But it might oversaturate the roster if you get all these guys who are only incentivizing finishes. But maybe you just do very good performances instead of just only finishes, giving them a contract. Maybe they have to have a stellar performance to go out there, and they can't just go throw and bullshit and then get a contract. So it's hard like that. But I think Dana White Contender Series, we want more of this. Next up, less double champs. There's some guys who are deserving. There's some guys who aren't. Ilya, I think from 145 to 155, that jump was okay because he beat the 2 best in that division. He beat Volk and Max by KO. He was chasing Islam. That makes a little bit of a sense. But right now, you're holding up the division and you're not fighting the top guys. You're not fighting Armin, which that fight should be made. It should have been made. Obviously, he's dealing with the legal issues, but he's even not ducking. I don't think he's ducking. I think he's just kind of calling it off. He doesn't want to get a hard-ass fight before Islam. I don't think he's ducking, but same thing with Hamzat. Hamzat wants to go fight up Alex Pereira, go fight for the light heavyweight belt. He has 0 defenses so far. I think you need to fight Imavov, the winner of Fluffy, Strickland, and maybe another guy after that. And I think you should at least clear out most of your contenders. I know people say it's like you should get 4 defenses and then move on. I don't think so. I think it should be kind of you clear out most contenders. So say there's 3 real deal contenders, you clear out all of them, and there's no one really climbing up the ranks. It's only rematches. I think you should be able to move up after that. Like Volk and Islam, they cleared out their divisions. They were very deserving to go up to 155 and 170. Next up, more bonuses. I think with $7.7 billion, you could really give out more bonuses. It's been 50K since I think 2013 it was set at 50K, but I think before that it was still 50K since like 2008 or 7. And that money now is probably worth 80K, I think 80, 90K. I think you could also add finishing bonuses. You could incentivize some more finishes, 25K for each finish. Still keep the 50 performance bonuses and fight of the night bonuses. Like here, we have this graphic. They gave out $8.5 million for 143 bonuses in 2025. That's not that much money compared to how much they're getting. If you're getting $1.1 billion, you could do some finishing bonuses. I think they should do that. 25K is good. Keep the other ones 50K. So some guys could get 75K in a night. It's a little better. You could even make it 50K finish bonus, 75K performance, fight of the night, whatever they may be. But I think there should be more bonuses in place. Either increase the ones we have now or add the finishing bonuses. Next up, let me know what I don't want to see anymore is he's hungrier. Nice analysis. There's 100% success rate on that. I saw it from Merab Beyond 3. Some people are like, yeah, Merab was hungry when he was a champ. Imagine him when he's a contender, the challenger. He's going to be even hungrier, and I think he beats Piotr Jan. Thank you. I think it should only be really used on retirement fights maybe, like Anthony Smith versus Zhang Mingyang, or Payne Talbot versus Henry Cejudo. You're already out of there. Or Dustin Poirier versus Max 3. You're like, I'm going to retire after this fight. I'm done. Like, I understand some people go out there like, want to go out on your shield, on your sword, whatever the hell it says. But you could also be out of there just mentally like, oh, it's the last one. I don't really want to do this anymore. But yeah, I just hate this. There's a couple other ones like this, but this is one of those where it's like, shut up, dude. Don't use this as an analysis. I saw Gene Silva versus Diego Lopez. People saying Diego Lopez is hungry because he just lost to Volk. What makes you think Gene Silva's not hungry as well to go get the belt and beat your ass? Who just challenged for the belt? Go out, finish you. What Volk couldn't do. Like, come on. It's dumb shit right there. Next up, I want to see more fight kits. I want to see, probably for every ranked fighter, better designs. Because I know you're like Michael Chandler, Stipe, Tom Aspinall. I did not like that. The UK flag, it did not look that good. There's some obviously banger ones. You have Whaley's, I think, which is Izzy's wearing right there. You have Shevchenko's, which are nice. Pantoja. John Jones is pretty nice. Pereira's are goated. Poirier, Holloway. You have some really good ones, but then you also have some shitty ones. You could get some Strickland jorts. And even unranked fan favorites or vets. I would like to see what Bobby Green puts together. You know, his mind wanders all over the place. He's got his beard like that, his little design there. So maybe get him in there, get him in the lab. You give like a Michael Johnson, some Kevin Holland, Neil Magny. You give all these guys, all these unranked vets and fan favorites. I think you should give them fight kits as well. It's not only ranked, but I think every ranked fighter should have an opportunity to get some as well. Next up, I want to see less Apex. I enjoy the Apex sometimes. I think for Dana White Contender Series is good. Because that's like it feels more like a prospect showing. But for other cards, like the card on February 14th of Bautista and Vinicius Oliveira, it's pretty good. It's got Vinicius Oliveira versus Mario Bautista, very good contender fight. You have Albazi Horiguchi. You have some, I don't know, but there's some really good fights on there. And I think that could be fine in a theater-like venue, like how they did Jan versus Marab 1. And that was in the Virgin Hotels in Vegas. And it seats about 5,000 people. I think you could get 5,000 people in Vegas for cheap to go to an Apex card. Or maybe you find smaller theater arenas with like 2,000 people, 1,000 people. I think like having that crowd pop would be a lot. Would be very beneficial for these guys. I think it would be fun. It would be better to watch on TV, make them a little more exciting. Because sometimes those Apex cards, even if they have good fights on there, they sometimes feel dead. And like no one wants to watch them. I feel like that sometimes. I feel bored, even if there's like decent fights on. So I think they should think about this. I know the Apex, it's good. It has its purposes, but I think for fight nights and stuff, I mean, if it's like a really shitty Apex fight night, keep it in the Apex. But if it's like a good one, stacked up one, try to do a theater in Vegas. Next up, I need to see Alex to heavyweight. I want to see him at least challenge for a third belt. And go for history. I don't think anyone's ever challenged for that, for a third belt. I think he beats Tom Ngan. And do you guys think he would have GOAT status with this? If he beats both of them, he's going to have a real good case. I think he's going to have 8 or 9 title wins with this, which is very, very crazy for the new era. You don't really see that. You have these guys, 10 plus is, you don't see that anymore. That was DJ, Silva, GSP Jones, the older gen. You don't really see that. Islam's close, I'm pretty sure. I think Pantoja has 5 only, even though it feels like he's been reigning for a while. But Alex Pereira, he's the activity king. I think he beats Gon because it's going to be a kickboxing fight. I think Pereira's going to have a speed advantage. He's the better striker, better footwork, better counter puncher. He's more powerful. And I think at heavyweight, he's going to be fine. He was 247 over the summer. I think he could bulk up to 250s easy and beat the shit out of Ciryl. And then Tom Aspinall, I think same thing. Tom Aspinall is very sloppy in the boxing, bad footwork, leaves himself open to counters and his chin's up in the air. And his takedowns, he's one of those guys that takes you down and kind of just bum rushes you. He doesn't have like crazy entries, good entries that are like timed well. He just kind of tries to force it. And we saw in that Ciryl fight. Ciryl stuffed it easy. I know he eye poked him, but not really. And I think, again, Alex Pereira is good on the ground at mitigating damage and submission attempts and submissions getting deep in there. Jan Blachowicz had a body lock on him and had a rear naked, both hooks in for the rear naked choke. Didn't even get it. Alex Pereira is very good. I think he's underrated on the ground in terms of survivability, and I think he beats both of them. I want to see this happen though 100%. Next up, face-to-face interviews. We get good moments. We get a lot of memes out of this. Like Ilya Max, I think that was the last one. That was in late 2024. You got same exact Joe. Who's Joe? That was like that, bro. Everyone still references that to this day. And they could do them. They could do them now. They could do them over Zoom like they did. They could do them in person, maybe on fight week. Well, maybe a little too late. But even on Zoom, it's perfect. I remember they won Hamza Usman. That was pretty good. But imagine you have Patty Ilya. If they fight over the summer, if Patty beats Gaethje and Ilya comes back, that'll be a banger. Ilya Arman, Patty Arman, whatever it may be. Any of those guys. You get Tom gone because Tom's not going to be respectful. He said, no more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Nice Guy, Tom Aspinall said. He was talking shit in Ciryl comments the other day, like talking about a cheat or whatever. He wants to say he wants to beat the living daylights out of him. That'll be fun as well. Put them two on a face-to-face interview. Ask them some instigating questions. Get them riled up. Same thing with Cop and Van. Cop and Van have been going back and forth on Twitter. Van posted Cop milking himself because his gyno. Cop posted Van as a baby saying Happy New Year's. They've been going back and forth, and I really like that. I would love to see it because this fight can be made. Pantoja's not returning till mid to third quarter of 2026, so they could do this fight in Japan in May. They could do it in April in Miami. They could do it in March, 326 maybe if they wanted it as a co-main. I don't think they'll do a co-main undisputed title below a BMF, but that's a good idea as well. I think maybe April, May they do this fight and welcome Pantoja back to the belt in September, October. I think it'll be amazing. I think they should do that. But I think it's going to be really fun. They should bring back face-to-face interviews with this new deal. You need to have as much promo as possible, I think. And I think they might be incentivized to do this. Next up, gold gloves. Oh my. Dude, I was so upset when they took these out. They were from 302 to 308. The title fights we got there. 302 was Poirier, Makhachev. 303 was Yuri, Pereira 2. 304 was Bilal, Leon. 305 was, we also had Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blazer. 305 was Izzy Drickus, great fight. 306 was Merab, O'Malley, Shevchenko, Grasso, 307 was Pereira Khalil, banger fight, one of my favorite fights ever. And 308 was Holloway and Ilya. We got some great moments in these gloves, and I think they gave a special feeling to those championship fights, like the finals patch on the jersey of there, Klay Thompson, or the Super Bowl logo on the field, even like the finals patch on the NBA court, how they used to have that. Maybe even if they had the trophy there, obviously not as much, but I think just bring these back. I know the glove design was different with these, and they were bad because they stopped eye pokes, but they had more scratches, less KOs. They were uncomfortable. The letters were peeling off, but you could make these current gloves, make a few gold sets for these guys. I think it'll be amazing. I want to see these back 100%. Another one like the one he's hungrier. If he didn't win, or if he didn't lose, he would have won. Again, thank you, bro. If my aunt had a Willie, she'd be my uncle. And, Mike Tomlin, about the Ravens game the other day, how the Ravens kicker missed. Now the Steelers are going to playoffs. He said the same thing. He said, you know how it is. If my aunt had male parts, she'd be my uncle. Because someone asked him on if Baltimore made the game-winning kick. Like, what if they made that? Again, like, I saw someone talking about Yuri and Khalil. If Khalil didn't gas out, he would have beat Yuri. Thanks. If Merab had power, he'd be the GOAT. If Diego Lopez didn't have a good chin, he would have lost to Gene Silva. Like, it's stupid shit like that. And also, too, you can't really say that because it's not like Khalil gassed out on his own. Yuri, when you're getting hit in the head, when you're getting hit in the body by a big mofo like Yuri Prohashka, those front kicks and those teeps to the body just piercing your stomach, you're going to gas the fuck out. And that's exactly what happened. So, I want to people need to stop saying this dumbass shit, dude. Next up, promo videos. We need more of these. I think a minute and a half. Like Connor Aldo, I think was like a minute 40, maybe. That was in 2015. I don't remember the last time there was one made for DDP. I think it was like for like a crypto ad. But it was after he lost to Hamza. And it was actually a hyped up video. It was like 4 or 5 minutes. But you don't need to do that. It needs to be like, you could do like 90 seconds, I think. And it'll be perfect. Perfect. 90 seconds, you're good. And do this for every big card. Do this for, you don't even need to do it for Gaethje Pimlet. Do it for Diego versus Volk. Kind of show what happened last fight, how Diego improved the next fight after that, got his get back, got his win back in the win column. I wish Volk may have had a fight in between because that would make it even better. They both have fights in between, but they want a Mexican champ, so they didn't want Lerone Murphy, bro, to get the title shot. Leon Edwards 2.0, featherweight Leon. But I think also Max and Charles. That'll be perfect. They fought, 10 years ago? You could do something like that, showing them when they're young. Now, crossing paths again, the runs they went on for the title, what they've been doing since then. You could do that in a 2-minute video. I think it's perfect. And it doesn't take that much effort. Hire some good editors. You have all the money in the world right now. $7.7 billion. I don't know what the ESPN deal was worth, but I don't think it was even close to that. So promo videos are a must as well. Next up, I need an Izzy win. This one's more selfish. I need a counter KO, the classic Izzy. I need him to hump his opponent, do the guns like he did with Robert Whittaker, and do the arrows like he did with Pereira. I absolutely need it. He posted this today, actually, or yesterday. I'm sorry. He goes, "Time to bleed, but not for me. maybe hinting some fight news. Because you know Paulo Costa dropped out of his fight with Bruno Ferreira at 326. RoboCop stepped in. That's going to be a great rematch, I think. I think we might get Izzy versus Costa too, because there's not really any other fights that make sense. Because he's either going to fight Whitaker in a trilogy. No one wants to see that. Cannonier in a rematch. No one wants to see that. Pyfer would be interesting. MVP maybe, but they're friends. They're good friends, and they're both counter strikers. I think it'll be very boring. So I think Paulo Costa makes the most sense, and it's an intriguing rematch, in my opinion. They got a little bit of beef there. Paulo Costa supposedly wasn't 100% in that fight in Abu Dhabi because the flight times and all that, he got fucked up. And yeah, so I think that'd be fun. The only other option unranked is like Char Bullet, but no one wants to see that shit. Not yet. If Char gets ranked, then okay, but he doesn't deserve a jump up to number 6 in the rankings. So I need an Izzy win. I don't care who he faces. I just need him to win in spectacular fashion. Prime way. Another thing, custom belts. I know Yair and Grasso only got them because they're Mexican. They want a Mexican champ, which is fine. They're super clean though. And they can bring some cool designs to match custom shorts. Look at this on the right. Look at this good picture of his belt. Look how beautiful that is. Imagine you have like Volk's green and gold, those Greek shorts. You kind of put that into a belt. You put Pereira's, his crazy print all over. You put that onto a belt. Who else has nice ass shorts? You get Pantoja, those black dragon ones. I think they need to do this. This would be really cool. It's another form of promo and differentiating between the fighters and all that. And you could only do this. Maybe you only do this for dominant champs. Do this for like an Islam, a Marab, a Pantoja, a Pereira. I think that'd be dope. I think they should do this 100%. This would be awesome. I'd love to see this. Or at least one belt from these fighters. Give them a custom belt. Get this done. That'd be dope. Another one. Announce fights during cards. I already said they should announce them during press conferences, but I think during cards as well. It brings more excitement and surprise. Same thing with the press conferences. More excitement and surprise than Dana White saying, I'm going live tonight. You already know he's going to announce some fights. And usually around that time, you're going to know what fights are going to be announced. So it's not as fun. Because when there's an announcement set, there's like rumors that go on beforehand. I remember with the one on Thanksgiving, I literally made a video on TikTok. I was like, we're getting Gaethje Pimblett, Nunes Harrison. I didn't predict, but I just knew from all the rumors I was hearing and the leaks that we were getting those fights. So I don't want to see it. And it's good during the fights as well because you get discussion not only in the broadcast from the people in the broadcast booth. You get to hear their opinion, them talk about it. You get to hear on social media. You get to see posts. You get to see people talking about it on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, whatever it may be. And you get live discourse. It's something to talk about in between the fights. Because sometimes in the fights, you're just sitting there, ads playing. You get a fight like this, like a Fiziev Rufi. You get a Strickland Hernandez. I think that was on the same card. A lot of those. You get Tai Tuivasa's comeback. You get all those. I think it's good. You need to continue doing this. It's way better than Instagram Live. Again, Dana White goes on live. He's like, so yeah, we got Islam, Ilya, International Fight Week. You guys excited? That's it? You guys happy? All right, see ya. Come on, dude. Next up, no more casual. Stop calling me a casual. It's the newest slur, and people are itching to use this at every chance they get. The other day, I was talking about Ilya and his wife giving an update, or ex-wife. Ilya and his ex-wife giving an update on them. And, you know, someone in my comments goes, they're not married. They were never married. I'm like, so what were they then? He's like, they were dating. They were just girlfriend and boyfriend. Casual. I'm like, all right. Because I'm a casual for spewing out proper information. Everyone talk like someone got one of my mutuals on TikTok. He just made a video talking about Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley was saying he might retire early, whatever. He made it saying, be honest, whether you like him or not as a person, you'd be upset if he retired early. Someone in his comments goes, holy casual, bro. Like, come on now. You need to stop using this shit. It's the most annoying word. This is something that could rage bait me 100%. And then more venues. I think we could go to Japan, Nigeria. Nigeria would have been good during 2021. You have Usman, Izzy, but even now, maybe Izzy, you give him a fight night main event in Nigeria. Imagine that. You give Usman a fight night main event in Nigeria, even though he doesn't want to fight anybody. I think it'd be dope. You go to Japan, Van versus Cop. Go to Japan with those guys. It needs to be headlined for those fighters from those regions, I think. You know, you get some loud crowd pop, like Cyril Gane versus Tai Tuivasa. The crowd in that was amazing. I was just watching it back today. It was amazing. Say you sent Ian Gary for a fight night main event in Ireland. He's annoying as fuck, but that would be pretty fun, I think. That'll be dope. You could get Josh Van in Houston for. I know it's a fight night, but Josh Van versus Manel Kape in Houston. That's a good idea as well. I think they need to go more places around the U.S. as well, like less Apex. Will definitely help with that. They could go maybe Northeast more, go Midwest more, Northwest. You go to Oregon or something. I think more venues. I would love to see that. And yeah, man, that's all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments what you liked, what you didn't like, and I'll be posting some videos as well later today, tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing some Fighter of the Year, Rookie of the Year, all that stuff. So see ya.